Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
So problem is in which we have to find the Fourier sine transform and the cosine transform of this given function. So you know that the Fourier sine transform is square root of 2 by pi 0 to infinite f of x sin sx dx. Now simply evaluate the integral. Zero to 1, then 1 to 2, and 2 to infinite. Now the value of function at 0 to 1 is कितनी value given है यहाँ पर? X. F of x की value x है. So it's x sin sx dx. Is this okay?
Yes, ma'am.
तो पहले ऐसे ही लिख लो. And the next is step. Shortcut नहीं मारना है. And next is f of x sin sx dx. F of x sin sx dx. Now the value of function at 0 to 1 is x. So it's x sin sx dx. In the same way, value of the function between 1 to 2 is
2 minus x.
Minus x dx. Last integral, when x is greater than 2, so this integral is 0. Value of the function is 0. So it's 0 sin sx dx. Now you can evaluate it simply. अब तो कर लोगे. Apply by parts. And by parts से आपको इसको solve करना है. So apply by parts and solve it. Is this okay? Minus so do complete this. In the same way, you can find the Fourier cosine transform of this function. सिर्फ वहाँ पर क्या हो जाएगा? Sine function की जगह cosine function आ जाएगा. So Fourier cosine transform, it's denoted by fc of s, and it's equals to square root of 2 by pi 0 to infinite f of x cos sx dx. Rest of the things are same. So please do complete this problem. Is this okay? Any problem?
No, no.
Now next problem is find the Fourier transform of the following function. And function is given as f of x is 1, 0 when the value of mod x is less than a, and when it's greater than a. So you know that Fourier transform की अगर मैं बात करूं, तो अभी मैंने आपको बताया था, it's denoted by fs and it's equal to the integral 1 upon square root of 2 pi minus infinite to infinite f of x e raised to the power isx dx. This is Fourier transform of the function. Is this okay? यहाँ पर जो फंक्शन मेरे को दे रखा है, द वैल्यू ऑफ फंक्शन इज 1 व्हेन मॉड x इज लेस देन a. मॉड x इज लेस देन a मींस x कहाँ से कहाँ तक लाई कर रहा है, -a से a तक, एंड इट्स 0 व्हेन मॉड x इज ग्रेटर देन a. इससे ज्यादा पर इस फंक्शन की वैल्यू क्या है, 0 है. तो मेरे पास यहाँ पर जो इंटरवल होगा, सिर्फ मेरे पास जो वैल्यू होगी, अगर मैं इसको ब्रेक कर दूं, कम पर भी 0 है, ज्यादा पर भी 0 है. तो वैल्यू इज गिवन ओनली एट -a to a, and the value of the function is 1 here, e raised to the power isx dx, and rest of the integral, the value of the function is 0. Is this okay? ये समझ में आया? क्लियर हुआ ये?
जी मैम.
Now evaluate this integral. This is the exponential term. So simply evaluate हो जाएगी e raised to the power isx by is, and limit varies from -a to a. So you will get the solution e raised to the power isa minus e raised to the power minus isa by is. This is the solution. Okay.
Yes ma'am.
Next I am writing two problems जो आपको खुद करनी है. फंक्शन अगर दे रखा है, if f of x is equals to x and f of x is equals to e raised to the power minus x, find Fourier sine transform and Fourier cosine transform of these functions. Clear?
Yes ma'am.
Next, I am taking the relationship between the Fourier transform and Laplace transform. आपकी क्लास तो नहीं अभी फ्री है ना? क्लास है या फ्री है इस टाइम? Next is relationship between Fourier and Laplace transform. बहुत बार एग्जामिनेशन में भी पूछ लिया जाता है, ठीक है. सो यू मस्ट नो कि किस फंक्शन से हमें इन दोनों में रिलेशनशिप मिलती है. तो लेट्स सी, सपोज जो फंक्शन है f of x, इट्स डिफाइंड एज e raised to the power minus alpha x g of x when x is greater than 0 and the value is 0 elsewhere when x is less than 0. Now, by the definition of Fourier transform, you know that Fourier transform को हम किससे define कर रहे हैं? fs और value of function f of x as. We know that this is from by definition of Fourier transform, and it's equals to integral minus infinite to infinite e raised to the power isx f of x dx. Now the value of the function it's given when x is greater than 0, when x is less than 0. I'm breaking this interval at 0. It means इस इंटीग्रल की वैल्यू माइनस इंफिनिटी से 0 पर कितनी दे रखी है? 0. And when x is greater than 0, the value of integral is function is e raised to the power minus alpha x gx. Now माइनस इंफिनिटी से 0 पे ये 0 हो गया. e raised to the power ix. Value of the function is e raised to the power isx, e raised to the power minus alpha x gx dx. Is this clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Now evaluate it simply. So this integral is 0 and the remaining values are, इसको मैं कॉम्पैक्ट लिख रही हूँ, is minus alpha x gx dx, or I'm writing it's like minus alpha minus ix x gx dx, और हम इसको लिख सकते हैं 0 to infinity e raised to the power minus px gx dx, there p is equals to alpha minus is. Now its integral is, ये कौन सा इंटीग्रल बन गया मेरा? It is the Laplace transformation of g of x. यही होगा लाप्लास ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन g of x का. किसी भी फंक्शन के लाप्लास ट्रांसफॉर्म को हम कैसे डिफाइन करते हैं? इंटीग्रल वैरीज फ्रॉम 0 to infinite e raised to the power minus sv pv, changes s पहले लिख लिया हमने, इसलिए that's why we have denoted by px gx and dx. So whenever the function is defined in this form, f of x is e raised to the power minus alpha x g of x, and it's 0 when x is less than 0. So you get the Fourier transformation and the Laplace transformation. Fourier transformation of that particular function will be equal to the Laplace transformation. This is possible in case, only in that case कि function इस तरीके से define करा हुआ होना चाहिए यहाँ पर. So you write x, so do remember the form of the function. Therefore, Fourier transform of f of x defined, write down this as equation number 1. The Fourier transform of f of x defined by equation number 1 is equal to the Laplace transform of g of x. Is this okay?
Yes, ma'am.
So in the next class, we will solve some problem based on inverse sine transform and the cosine transform. And after that, we have to study some applications of the Fourier transform for solving partial differential equations. Okay. Any other problem?
No, ma'am.
Fine.
Thank you, ma'am.